Hello and welcome to the New Times News Weekly Review, where we look at top 5 stories that made headlines throughout the week. I am Lavi Mutanachuru. The government approved the structure of the newly created Financial Intelligence Center. The independent body will replace a similar body that was operating under the National Bank of Rwanda. The law establishing the center was passed in January this year, and the target to review the previous law was aimed at meeting international standards, according to Bernard Nsengiyumva, who is in charge of policy and regulation at the central bank. The new center will strengthen Rwanda's capacity to prevent, combat, and criminalize money laundering and terror financing. Now, in other news, Rwanda-born winger George Lewis Igaba signed a professional contract in the under-23 side of Arsenal ahead of the new season. The 20-year-old, who was born in Kigali, moved to Norway as a child, where he joined the youth development setup at Tromsø. In his interview, Igaba said that he was pleased by the opportunity given to him and promised a good performance as he eyes to play for Arsenal's first team in the future. Now, as we proceed, the creation of Nyandungu Ecotourism Park will not be completed this year as had been previously announced. The project, worth over 5 billion Rwandan francs, was designed in 2015 and works starting in 2016, with plans to complete the two first projects within 5 years. However, when this paper paid a visit to the area this week, there was low activity and the local security guards chased the New Times crew, blocking the filming of the progress and works done. When conducted for details on why the project stalled, the city of Kigali referred the New Times to Rema, and the Environment Authority declined to provide information on this story. Preliminary projections of the study showed that this ecosystem park could generate over 1 billion Rwandan francs in profit in the first years of operation, among other various benefits. Now, in other news, a few days after the mandatory use of smart meters in Kigali's taxi motors, complaints have risen concerning challenges showcased by the new system. Since Saturday, August 15th, commercial motorcycle riders in the city of Kigali were expected to have smart meters to determine how much a client pays, in addition to facilitating digital payments. However, passengers lament a hike in transport prices when charged using these meters. Motorists have reported a difficult meter experience, such as internet connection issues, and passengers that did not want to board taxi motors with meters, fearing higher prices. Now, as we wind up, Rwanda this week recorded 3 new COVID-19 deaths, raising the tally of those who succumbed to this pandemic to 11 people since outbreak in mid-March. Kigali is currently the leading hotspot of this pandemic in the country. In bid to control the state of COVID-19 in the city, Nyarugenge Market and Nyabugogo Market, commonly known as Kwamutangana, were closed this week. Also, Rwanda Biomedical Center kicked off the second drive-through COVID-19 street testing that seeks to reveal the prevalence of the pandemic in Kigali. So far, Rwanda's toll of COVID-19 confirmed cases stands at over 2,700, of whom over 1,700 have already recovered. And of course, this marks the end of this week's New Times News Weekly Review. For more details on these stories and many others, visit newtimes.co.rw. I am Lavi Mutanachuru.